Well, I'm a day late, sorry. Didn't manage to make a video on my normal day yesterday, so apologies for that. I don't think it really matters being a day late though. Just clean the birds out as normal, and thankfully we've had a break in the weather, as I'm sure plenty of you have also experienced this last weekend especially. I mean, it was 32 degrees on Saturday and Sunday. It was just so hot. I'm amazed actually I didn't lose any birds, especially there was one point I was really worried about my 3 chicks. Yeah, it was really hot. I mean, I've got a blind on, I had the lights off, and fan obviously, and all had baths, fresh water all the time, and tried to keep them as cool as possible, but the temperatures really did get up there at a few points. I was quite worried, but maybe we worry more than the birds are actually affected, to be honest. But they were fine, but a lot happier now. It's a lot cooler. Quite a bit of rain around last night, nice and breezy, but yeah, a lot cooler and a lot more pleasant. I think it's, yeah, in the bird room at the moment the temperature's reading as 20 degrees, so that's a lot more bearable. Well, yeah, it's pretty stifling. I think the worst is when it's like that, is that just there's no breeze and no airflow. But yeah, something I'm going to look at. I'm possibly going to have to invest in a small air conditioning unit. Would probably be the best thing, I think, because that would just bring the temperature right down in the bird room and probably sort it out. But anyway, other than that, everything's fine. Not much has changed. The chicks are looking good, the last 3 that I've got. I just showed them briefly at the beginning. There's a hen about to give them a bit of food. I've just changed their nest pan, and which I often do when they get a bit dirty. So I just gave them a clean, fresh nest lining and a new nest pan. And that'll do them now until they fledge. But those 3 are looking nice dark chicks. Tiny bit of yellow on them. So yeah, heavily variegated, those 3. But all the other birds are doing fine. And my breeding season well and truly winding down. Once these 3 are out the nest, that'll be it. No more breeding. And obviously all the other birds are all separated and just getting them ready for the molt now. I really want to, and then I'll sort out the ones I'm going to keep for next year, and then some of my favourites I'll keep anyway, even if they're, I know a lot of breeders are quite ruthless and they only keep their best birds or whatever like that, but I have some favourites, even though they're, because they all have their own individual little characters. So I've got some favourites I'll just keep hold of anyway. Always got room for these birds. Are looking nice. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. Yeah, that's the best bird. That's my favourite. Not that you should have favourites, but that one is. Lovely bird, that one. Yeah, that was the one that I showed you in the show cage last week. Those 2 there, nice bird. That one's got a nice head on that one. These are some of the older chicks, older youngsters. be separating these up soon. Next week or two. Good timing, buddy. He never fails to give a song, that one. But yeah, otherwise, how's the zebras doing? Zebras, there you go. But so yeah, in a couple of weeks when I'll be sorting some out into individual cages, the youngsters, and sorting out the ones I'm definitely going to be moving on from the older birds. And then I'll be putting them all into sort of larger flight cages for the winter period until we get round to preparing for the breeding season again early next year. So yeah, they'll be popping into larger sort of cages each. Because obviously the single cages where they're singled off like this is more for breeding. But I'll have them in groups, so they they'll either be have a double breeder each for the room, or they'll be in these larger cages and have a couple in each cage again, just so they've got plenty of room to exercise for the winter. And I have got a large flight cage as well that I'll be bringing in, and also I'll be looking at what other birds to buy in. I may well buy in a few more Razas if I can find some good quality ones. Good quality Razas are very hard to find in this country. There's not many good studs of Razas around, and it's very difficult to get good Razas in this country, to be honest. I see very few good quality Razas around. I mean, my stud's gone a bit wayward actually last year or two. I need to, quality wise, that is. But I like the birds anyway, so it doesn't really matter, does it? But no, I'll be looking at, I'm possibly going to be getting some Irish in, and a few British pairs as well for next year, so I'm going to see what I fancy. I do like this bird. There's that one there. Where are you? Come here. Yeah, nice bird that is. Nice bit of character about that one. Bonny bird. Yeah, it's got a nice head on it. Bit of a long bird, but it is a nice bird. Nicely marked as well. That was the only bird of all the chicks this year, I think it was that one, that I actually thought I was going to lose at one point. Yeah, it was that one. But all seems fine now. Anyway, just a brief update. Not a lot has changed. Yeah, hope all your birds have lasted the heat wave okay. And as I say, yeah, very difficult. I have heard of a few people losing birds in their bird rooms. It's very difficult. Some people, especially if you're abroad and you're used to hot weather, you'll be laughing. Us in the UK heats, because you probably deal with it all the time. But yeah, as soon as you're talking mid 20s and higher 20 degrees, then That's extremely hot for over here, and 30s is just ridiculously hot, and it's very difficult for the birds and keeping the birds. And I've got 2 dogs as well, and they really struggled in that heat as well. Anyway, I'm gonna crack on and finish. I'm gonna mop the floor now. As I say, they've all been cleaned out, had fresh seed, all clean, fresh clean water, which is all important. 3 vital components there, along with fresh air, clean water, clean seed, clean the cages out, and plenty of fresh air, and you won't go far wrong. Yeah. Thank you. It's a regular. Right, on that note, I'm going to finish off the video. Thanks for watching if you got this far, and I hope your birds are doing well and your seasons have gone well. And yeah, apologies for being a day late, and I'll catch up with you next week sometime. Cheers, thanks very much.